Oh, hey, it's you guys. It's Chris Cashman. We are going artsy in a big way on the show today. What's even more impressive than a mountain of mylar? How about more than 8 tons of bronze sculpture that just showed up on Seattle's waterfront? We got a lot to get into tonight on Evening.
Hey, Jose here, and I'm looking for whales. Aboard a brand new whale watching tour straight out of Seattle.
The cast of the Netflix hit The Four Seasons talks about friendship on screen and off. And just in time for National Hamburger Day, what might be the biggest burger in Washington State.
And welcome officially to Evening from the unmistakable Seattle Art Museum, the crown jewel in the heart of the city. This is the indoor part. The outdoor part, the Olympic Sculpture Park, has a new installation, a Zodiac installation. It's turning heads, creating conversations, lighting the internet on fire, and for good reason.
You need to come to see them in person because of how impressive they are.
At first, they kind of repulsed me, but the more I look at them, I'm coming to appreciate them, and especially because they are so beautifully done with all the detail and craftsmanship.
Well, this is new. I love it.
Oh, that one, whoa.
I don't know, I was curious what it was. Now I can see it's like the Chinese calendar, like the lunar year.
It sure looks like it just popped up, right? But it took quite a long time to install. This is the final installation of Ai Weiwei Takeover Seattle Art Museum.
At first glance, these giant bronze heads look playful.
So this is different, and it makes us pause and think.
But behind them is a story about history, loss, and cultural identity.
12 animals, each animal representing a year. I think that's what most people know. You know your Zodiac animal? They're actually timekeepers.
The work is inspired by original Zodiac heads that once sat at China's old summer palace before they were looted during a war in the 1800s.
A group of them have survived and they're now back in China, and some of them are gone. So Ai Weiwei decided that he wanted to complete the set.
I was blown away to see the Chinese Zodiac characters here laid out in front of me in one of my favorite parks.
Rather than simply recreating history, Ai Weiwei uses these sculptures to ask bigger questions.
I think they should have many different kinds of reactions. Well, you know, the artist will never tell you what it means, right?
Who owns culture? Who gets lost over time? And how do we remember it?
Yeah, the detail and the craftsmanship that went into it fascinates me, each one.
Some visitors see beauty.
One has always to react to a work of art on its own terms. So come and see it.
What do you think? You love it? Yeah?
Others see politics.
I wish I could be the dragon.
That tension is exactly the point.
I just think it's really striking. I think it invokes people to kind of learn a little bit more about other cultures.
Be awed at how huge they are. The largest one is 12 feet tall, the dragon.
I'm the dragon.
You're the dragon?
And in total, there are 10,000 pounds of cast bronze. It's just an incredible feat.
It's part history lesson, part public art, and part conversation starter, sitting right on Seattle's waterfront.
I think they look really beautiful on the skyline right here next to the water. It caught our eye enough to pull over and check it out.
Yeah.
I suggest that you try and guess which are the originals and which are the ones that Ai Weiwei created. There are some fun stories about those.
It is a stunning installation. You can enjoy it through next October. Hey, by the way, the Olympic Sculpture Park getting ready to open up a golf course. Don't panic. It's a mini golf course starting on June 17th. It's going to be 9 holes. And if you're saying, hey, what the heck does that have to do with art? The holes are designed by local artists. And right now, you can see the works of local middle school and high school students at the Narramore Art Show, a Seattle Art Museum tradition that's been going on since the 80s. SAM actually offers its galleries to uplift and share student perspectives, skill, creativity, brashness, beauty. Each piece is a testament to why art is an invaluable part of public education. Also, this art is public. You can see Narramore for free, and it runs through May 31st. The Netflix series The Four Seasons returns this week, diving deeper into long-term friendships, marriages, and all of the funny, awkward, and emotional moments that come with them. Saint has our preview.
You were right. This is the perfect spot.
Steve Carell may be gone, but the rest of the gang's all here for season 2.
May we all come here together for the rest of our lives. No.
Let's just go.
This show is a lot for me like reuniting with old friends, and I'm wondering, what was it like for all of you to reunite for season 2?
I'm so glad that's how you feel.
Yeah.
That's how we felt shooting it. It was like a delicious chance to return and be a little more lived in.
I've been asking myself what this next chapter of our lives is going to be.
What would Nick say if he were here?
We're friends off camera, so a day pretty much doesn't go by where we're not in communication off camera.
She texts a lot.
So they don't respond, but I do
she does. Text
send
anyway.
a lot of edible arrangements.
Like the 1981 Alan Alda movie that inspired the series, The Four Seasons explores the ever-shifting dynamics of relationships. SNL alums Tina Fey and Will Forte play a married couple.
I get it. She's young and hot, right?
I don't see a ton of upside for me in answering that.
Tina, I imagine kissing an old friend like Will is a little bit like kissing your brother.
Thank you.
What did you say to each other?
It's not my favorite thing to do, so I would much rather do it with an old friend than like some person that I'm like, oh, I hope they don't think I like them.
Yeah, I mean, it's always going to be just the tiniest bit weird to kiss anybody, and like when you think about it, it's like, oh wow, I've known Tina for so long. Is that going to be kind of weird? And then you realize, oh, it's way better to go through that experience with somebody you know so well, because it's the best form of that awkward experience.
Tina and her fellow producers take their characters places that aren't always easy to visit.
The show doesn't shy away from the complexities of long-term friendships or marriages that hit a rut. Why does the show go there?
I think because we find that subject matter fascinating and very relatable.
Jack's having a hard time lately. At night, he barely talks to me.
Like when he's high?
No, Jack doesn't get high.
I got nachos!
A midlife crisis is kind of the same thing as like going through adolescence. It's like you just are like trying to reinvent yourself and you're trying to check a bunch of boxes of things you should be doing and you're acting crazy.
To stay sane, we rely on friends. Keeping those long-term friendships alive may come down to one simple thing.
I guess you have to kind of let people change, like we're not all supposed to stay the exact same for our whole lives.
They may be characters on a TV show, but they feel like friends in a group chat.
I hope we all can get together and play pickleball sometime.
Okay,
I'm
yes.
very good.
I bet she is.
I am not.
It is so nice to all be together again. To all of us. We can have fun washing dishes.
We get it. You had sex. It's gross.
Season 2 of The Four Seasons drops on Netflix tomorrow. May 28th is also National Hamburger Day. Do you want to celebrate? Of course you do. We head to a coastal town that might just be home to the biggest burger in the state.
It's a burger so big, it takes 3 people just to get it on the grill. And its behemoth buns are custom made.
They're looking good.
The Corral Drive-In in Long Beach does the regular drive-in stuff, like hand-mixed shakes. But they also have a Titanic tradition that goes back decades.
My father actually started it about 30 years ago. He came up with a 5-pound burger on an 18-inch bun.
The Tsunami Burger has fed generations of Long Beach locals and tourists abundantly. They've got hundreds of photos to prove it.
It's always funny to see people's eyes when it comes up into the window and, because it is the size of a large pizza. By the time you get all your toppings on it, you're about 10 pounds.
The big burger shows up at birthday parties, weddings, and even wakes.
And actually, I did one a couple weeks ago for a funeral.
Tsunami Burgers need 24 hours notice because these sesame seed buns get custom made by a bakery down the street. And the massive mound of meat takes up the whole grill. When the burger is ready to flip, you'll hear the cheer.
1, 2, 3, tsunami!
Then comes mayo, mustard, plenty of pickles, and the rest of the cow in the form of cheese.
I'd say about 25 slices.
There's lettuce and tomatoes to make it healthy. And another tsunami burger is born.
It's always impressive.
No, it won't harm any coastal communities, but it will wipe out the biggest appetite.
That looks delicious.
It's gigantic. I think it's bigger than my face.
This is his first tsunami burger. It might be his first corral burger.
That high five from Johan is the reason Ray keeps the Corral Drive-In going, so he can keep sharing these giants with generations to come.
It's like my friends came in with their parents, and now they're bringing their kids in, and it's just really cool to see.
The Tsunami Burger costs $75. It will feed up to 16 people. They do request a 24-hour notice if you want to consume the tsunami, and I'm good for my 16th.
Up next, the brand new boat that's built for whale watching, and the brand new whale we saw on our adventure.
I was really excited to see the baby orca.
Plus the Tacoma Lighthouse that's also an overnight getaway destination.
The perfect cloud break, ideal conditions here at Seattle Art Museum. Welcome back to evening. We are just a few blocks away from the Seattle waterfront, where there is a brand new boat designed with a very important purpose. And wouldn't you know it, Jose climbed aboard.
Hey Chris, this boat was built for whale watching. That's right. Let's see if we get lucky today. Is that one? No? No.
Whales are guaranteed on this FRS Clipper whale watching trip. And we don't mean this guy.
You are officially the first whale that I saw on this trip.
Well, it's time to start the adventure. Let's go see more whales.
We are the only whale watching tour that comes out of Seattle itself. We are able to service both North and South Sound. We come out from Seattle, come back to Seattle every single day.
The Emerald Clipper, it's a brand new boat, built here in the Pacific Northwest and designed just for whale watching.
For our crew to specifically have a brand new boat specifically made for our needs, and our going out there is just spectacular. We've been having a great time. The interior cabin, we have floor to ceiling windows, both sides. We also have these entire wraparound railings.
You can buy hot food and drinks on board, including this custom cocktail.
This is the Emerald Sipper. Get it? Emerald Clipper, but sipper. Cheers to that.
The captain takes the boat north, out of Seattle, towards Whidbey Island.
Do you ever get bored of this view? It never gets old, and it's never the same.
Then, what everyone is here for, the orcas show up.
So we got to see our first couple of whales. It was a family, and there was a baby whale, tiny one.
I was really excited to see the baby orca.
They're so stinking cute. I can't believe we've seen a whale that's a week old. We got really lucky on the timing.
Ellie captured some photos of the orcas, including the baby. Guests get these photos for free.
We take photos not only for our lovely passengers, but we also submit this information to different research groups. We are a member or present information to a lot of different researchers found throughout the Pacific Northwest and extended. And this provides information, about the newborn calf.
The Emerald Clipper crew isn't just here to watch whales. They're here to protect them.
Not only are we trying to educate people about these whales, give them a lovely experience, but we try to be sentinels. Our entire goal here is to observe these animals without altering their behavior, and if that means also letting other vessels and boaters know about their presence in the area, we're going to do it.
We also saw gray whales.
We gotta have a 2-species day. We don't get to do that every single day, but it's awesome when we do.
Brand new boat and a brand new baby whale. All in all, a perfect Northwest day aboard the Emerald Clipper.
How fun. The Emerald Clipper actually does half-day whale spotting tours, $129 per person, and whale sightings guaranteed. How cool is that? Our next story takes us to the other side of Commencement Bay, where there is a vacation rental that's been keeping the lights on for 120 years.
It is the late 1800s, and Tacoma's waterfront is booming thanks to timber and the city's growing population.
When Tacoma began to become more and more of a shipping center, they needed a lighthouse to direct ships into the port. They built a permanent lighthouse in 1903. It was a wood lighthouse with a kerosene lantern. The first lighthouse keeper came in 1903, Oscar Brown and his wife Annie. They were here by themselves, no roads, no electricity, no water until 1921, so it was a very difficult life. When they realized they needed a new lighthouse, in 1933 built this concrete lighthouse, an Art Deco style, which was unique among lighthouses around.
Over the decades, the lighthouse and grounds fell into disrepair until a joint effort led by the Point's Northeast Historical Society completed a massive renovation, restoring the site to its former glory.
The lighthouse has always been the icon of Browns Point. We have restored all 7 buildings on the property and have them open as museums that people can visit.
Not only can you visit Browns Point Lighthouse, you can spend the night here as well.
People could rent it and experience a little bit of how the lightkeepers lived in the early 20th century.
We have the 1903 Lighthouse Keeper's Cottage, and that is where Mr. and Mrs. Brown lived, the first lighthouse keepers, to occupy that house. We made it look as if that's what the house would look like in 1920. Many people have written that it's the most unique place to stay because you're in the middle of a park with the public and the most awesome view in town.
History and tranquility. Browns Point Lighthouse continues to shine.
Check it out. You can visit the lighthouse and the grounds for free if you'd like to stay overnight at the Browns Point Lightkeeper's Cottage. The rates start at $250. You can book on Airbnb or VRBO.
Up next, the Bellevue attraction where you can get your bubble on.
It's like my childhood fantasy fulfilled.
Evening is sponsored by FRS Clipper.
Do not touch, just admire. Welcome back to the show from Seattle Art Museum. Come check out Monochrome. What a cool new exhibit. And speaking of spectacular bubbles, we head to Bellevue where there is a new place with 10 bubble-themed rooms just waiting for you to explore.
This is really cool. This is really trippy.
Best friends Issy Kaparik and Harper Zarling have entered a world full of strange lights, of aquatic dreams, and oh, so many bubbles.
It's like my childhood fantasy fulfilled.
Yeah, it's like a huge bathtub and we all get to play in it just like when we were kids.
A month's worth of social media content, all within an hour-long visit. This is Bubble Planet, and it's all part of executive producer John Zaller's global campaign to bring play, joy, and inspiration to the world.
It came up a few years ago in a brainstorming session. We said, let's make something fun. And what was the most fun you had as a kid? It was making bubbles.
Every one of the rooms here offers visitors a different multi-sensory experience. There are optical illusions, imaginary worlds, and yes, many, many bubbles.
This is insane. This really is cool.
It's an experience that encourages guests to release their inner child.
It's just a really cool place, not only for influencers or coming with your friends, but for kids, I think my grandma would enjoy this.
And with adult tickets under $20, you won't take a bath, unless you want to.
It appeals to all the generations, every kid from 4 to 104. And it's one that we're really thrilled to bring to Bellevue throughout the summer.
All ages are welcome at Bubble Planet. It is wheelchair accessible, and not to burst your bubble, but kids 17 and under, you gotta be accompanied by an adult. Even Glenda had to wait till she was 18 to fly away in her own bubble. Bubbles are not babysitters' kids.
Now in our 40th season, Evening shares local stories that make our community shine. Evening is sponsored by Pemco Insurance. Pemco empowers the Northwest to prevent the preventable. Learn how at PEMCO.com.
And welcome back to Evening. You're just in time for the bloom here in the meadow. We're at Seattle Art Museum. I want to make sure you come check out a very cool exhibition before it is gone. It's called Narramore, art from junior high and high school students. It's been a SAM tradition since the 80s. It'll be here through May 31st, and we leave you now with another inspiring peek at Narramore.